This is a perch rig. I'm going to use this 5 floating line so you can see it on the camera, but normally you just use regular mono. So this would be your regular fishing line. So you get a piece about that big, about, I don't know, 2 feet, 3 feet, whatever, however big you want to make it. Come down here, and hopefully you have a pair of pliers at work. Cut it. Now you would have one long piece of mono. Put the two ends together, and with this I'm going to have to tie a figure 8. It's what I started doing with making this with was figure 8s, but now I use a different knot that I'll show you a little bit later. Well, you take, I start with this end, or I'm sorry, start with this end. Make sure these ends are kind of the same length down here. You don't need very much here, maybe 3 inches, 4 inches, something like that. But you're going to tie a figure 8 in it. I'm only doing it this way because it's floating line, and I'll show you another knot later. Kind of make it look pretty for this. Pull it tight. So now you got a knot here in a loop. Come up here. I always let my finger down so there's not a lot of slack in there, but it actually doesn't matter. Put another figure 8 in. Alright, you got 2 knots here. So you got a loop here, a knot, and then the 2 open ends. Okay. Now, I start at the bottom, but this would be the bottom of it where you're going to put your weight for your crappie rig, or perch rig, or river rig, because you don't have to make 2 knots. You can just do 1 hook. Come down here and make, when you cut this, make a little tab there. Don't cut it flush to the knot, but just a tiny tab. It's got a tiny tab there of mono, normally mono. And then you tie this on there like that. You know, you could do your whatever knot you're comfortable using. On the end. Doesn't really work with fly line. That would be where you attach your weight. And then you come up to your next knot in a line and do the same thing. Leave a little tab. Little tab. This is then where you tie your hook on. I like to put beads on here, whatever you want to put on there, slide beads down, tie your hook. When you lay this out, if you see how the line goes up as a natural curl, keep that going up. Don't make it going down. It's not going to fit in there. So you tie a hook on there. Now this one up here, your 2 ends that you already had, that's your other line for your second hook. So you tie it, trim it up. I like to make it about pretty short, but it's up to you. For a river rig, you leave it longer, but I leave it short. My hook is about there. This top section, so there would be your hooks. This is about how long I make mine. You can make yours after the knot and everything. The hook is about that long out there. So you got your weight down here, hook, and then up here you tie another swivel, snap swivel. You know what? Screwed that up. No snap swivel on there. This just gets a loop. That's alright. So you do a figure 8 in here, but I'll show you a different knot for the other and then trim that. Figure eights will work, but I'll show you a different knot in a second. So then, yeah, it would be like that, and that's your perch rig or crappie rig, or you could just do one of these. Just do one knot if you want to do a river rig, and your weight is then down here, and your loop is up here. And then, you know, guys say, you know, the knots don't slip, but you could just, you know, adjust your angle if you're on shore, or just, you know, get it up or down like that on the bottom. So it looks like that. I'll show you real quick. The knot I use now with the mono filament. So that would be your loop with the mono. I take it, make one loop over, you know, about yay big, come back over it, snug it up a little bit, come back over it again, and then come through the bigger hole, and then snug it up. This isn't really going to work with this line, but it will work really good with mono. And I can show you with some monofilament if you can even see it. Make a loop, come around, snug it up a little, come around it again, snug it up a little bit, come through, and then just pull until you get all the ends out. And then that's a knot I use now, and it pulls up really tight. The figure eight works good too, but this is just, I think, bulletproof. I never had a knot slip on any of these, so, but that's my perch rig. So might work for you guys, might not.